ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Gears Columbus Charity Invitational. Fallout here, joined for the first time with Ghost Gaming on the main stage and Fable to my right. Exhaust, I'm going to start with you because you have an interesting story, man. It's maybe 5 years ago now, 4 or 5 years ago, you were 13 years old attending Hype Fest Station Winter Brawl 8. Just a youngin'. I actually interviewed you at that event, and you said, I will play pro one day, and you're now on the main stage, I believe, for your first interview. What does it mean to you to finally make it here?
It means a lot to me because I've been grinding a lot individually, and I'm here now.
I know you have your family here with you as well, your family supporting. What does it mean to have your family here joining? I know you're local, somewhat local to Michigan. What does it mean to have your family here supporting as well?
It means a lot because my mom, she's really been supporting me. Also my dad, so they're with me every step of the way.
I love it. I know you guys took a kind of a devastating, heartbreaking loss to the LATAM Kings on Side Station earlier today. That was a match, when you look at your pool, was kind of a must-win. What's your mentality now? You're going up against Ghost Game and the heavy Titans, the heavy favorites of your group. What's your mentality like going into this Ghost match, and what are the team comms like?
We just got to really tee up and just shoot straight, honestly, and just keep our comms low and calm, and we'll shoot straight.
Just last question, what went wrong in that match? Anything in particular?
Just communication mostly. Just not really communicating with each other, not making the right plays, and not playing smart.
And the very last question, if there's one person you can identify to try and shut down, or is maybe the weak link of this team, who is it?
Maybe Rushy's, just because his mentality to fly everywhere. Just try to shut him down.
Take advantage of Rushy's aggression. All right, Dennis, I'm going to bring it over to you. Any worry, any concern against these guys?
To be honest, like I was saying, we're just going to play our game. We're going to play our game how we've been playing these past weeks, and we're just going to go there. Going to try to do our best.
Important question, because everyone's wondering, what is an identives?
It does not have a meaning, but it's something that I will never forget.
Your gamer tag, I hope not. Going up against these guys, they lost to your former team, LATAM Kings. I know LATAM Kings is also in your pool. Do you feel confident about this LATAM Kings new roster? I know you know the Latin American scene really well. Do you feel like the LATAM Kings finally found the five, and maybe that's why they're able to defeat Fable? What are your thoughts on the rest of the pool?
Look, I have so much respect in that, guys. I'm pretty sure that they could be a top 5 team 100%. They just don't put the stuff that they have to do. They still are in that process. That's just in my opinion. But like I said, we're just gonna play our game, and we're just gonna get out there. We're just gonna play us versus the world, like always.
Us, Ghost Gaming versus the world. The bad boys of Gears, as we know. Feel free to shake it up, guys. Anybody give me some love, too. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love. That's going to be it for us on the main stage. Best of luck to both teams. Ghost Gaming versus Fable.
The first time I've ever touched Gears of War, I was in actually grade 3. I was at a buddy's birthday party, and he got an Xbox 360 and Gears of War 1 for his birthday. And I've never played video games in my life, and I was probably 8 years old at the time. I couldn't even hold the controller in my hand. I branched off to other video games while I played sports my whole life, and I was playing Call of Duty and Halo and all those games. And then when Gears of War 3 came out, I decided to go back and start playing heavily again. Right now with video games, I probably play video games 40 or more hours a week on top of, a part-time job. That's basically what I do every day, all day. I'm Jacob, my gamer tag is DeFazio. I'm 19 years old, I'm from Windsor, Ontario, Canada, and I'm a pro Gears player. To be Canadian, it's pretty special for me because I'm very different from everybody else. There's not many Canadians left that play the game, and it's very cool to think that, in reality, I could be the best player in Canada.
Here comes DeFazio lining it up. A big boom shot there by DeFazio, and that's a big kill. DeFazio, last man alive. He is just putting on a show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a highlight reel if I've ever seen one.
My childhood was very sports related and school related. I was skating at the age of 2, playing baseball by the age of 4. It was very competitive here in the house. I have an older brother who's 3 years older than me who I always wanted to be better than. He wore number 7 and I wore number 14. I'd always tell him I'd be 2 times better than him. I spent a lot of hours in the garage shooting pucks and trying different things, practicing different moves, and making sure I could try to up my game. When I was 7 years old, my dad got laid off from work, and he still found a way to make sure that I was able to play travel hockey here and pursue my goals of being a professional hockey player. I don't think I'll be a professional hockey player nowadays. I kind of gave up that dream a couple years ago when Gears of War 4 was announced, and I was finally old enough to play. I was hyped for it, and I wanted to make sure that I could pursue that, and I basically told my parents that I was done with sports. When I knew that I wasn't going to be a professional hockey player, it was very upsetting. It was even difficult for my sister. My sister wanted to see me go to the arena. She wanted to go watch me play. My parents wanted to see that. They didn't understand the whole video game thing. But it was basically a new chapter I had to open up in my book of moving on to playing video games and trying to see if I could make that happen. The first event of my career was very, very good. We placed top 16. You know, we beat Epsilon. We went 7-5, 7-5 with Optics, 7-5, 7-5 with E6. From there on, I always knew that this game, if I put the time in and I understood the game and I made sure that I stayed at the top, that I could be at the top. Going into Dallas, I had no team. I got picked up by 88 Chambers, and it was a great time. We placed top 6, showed everybody who we were individually and as teammates, and it was cool to see how you just listen to each other. If you listen to each other and trust everything that each other has said, you can place as well as you want in this game. It's great to see now that I'm getting the support from my parents and my family members. They're starting to understand and starting to see eye to eye with me on things and making sure that, you know, it's not just about sports, and this could be a career for me, and this is what I want to do. The biggest similarity between the two worlds of sport is just, you know, the passion and the competitiveness. Nobody wants to lose. If you're willing to put your body on the line, and the same thing as sports, if you're willing to, you know, block a puck, you know, and then to go into video games, you're willing to take a bullet for your teammate. It's how it is. You got to be able to risk your life to help a teammate all the time.
Here comes DeFazio with that Lancer. He's going to keep trying to poke his head, trying to test him. DeFazio's going to pick up his teammate up, and that takes those players inside.
My hopes for Season 2 is to place in the top 4, and then after that, obviously, to win a championship.
DeFazio fighting 1, DeFazio fighting 2, trying to find the third jump.
The words of wisdom I would leave behind is make sure you're just having fun. Every day is going to be, you know, it's either going to be up or it's going to be down, and you just have to live each day and try to get as best as possible, and at the same time take it serious, but, you know, laugh a little bit. The biggest thing is having 5 guys that mesh together and just committing and executing on everything you need to do during the game. Put 110% in is basically what I mean. Like, it's to try to be, you know, the top, like try to be the number 1.
Welcome back. What a great piece from DeFazio Blaze. This is one of your love children, right?
Man, you know what? It really is between me and Ben. We met him at it was a Montreal event 2 years ago for Gears 4. You know, Benson said the greatest listening that he ever heard was from DeFazio's in New Orleans 2 events ago. And after seeing that player piece, I can understand why he had such leadership. And it was one of the best listenings even I heard. You look at that sports background, that team background in hockey, it all makes sense now. Seeing that piece and why he is the player that he is today.
Being a team player is so important in Gears of War. With the game now being 5v5, everyone has to communicate and be able to trust each other, and that's what DeFazio does best. He's always said, if you gave me 4 people that just listen to what I said, we're going to go far. With this team, hey, now they're here. One of the 12 best teams in Gears of War, but matching up against Ghost Gaming is not going to be easy.
Yeah, I don't think this is a match that they have a very good matchup in. I think that Ghost Gaming is going to kind of pick them apart. We saw them actually lose to LATAM Kings, who are actually using 2 subs. So to me, that's not a loss, especially with a single elimination pool play format that you can really afford to give. So that being said, I mean, Ghost is leagues ahead of that team right now, in my opinion. So I think they're going to wipe up Fable pretty easy.
I mean, and on the flip side, talking about Ghost Gaming with their latest pickup, Resin, we've seen flashes of brilliance from this team. This team, they can slay out of their mind against the best of them, except Optic Gaming in the grand finals. But let's not talk about that. But Ghost Gaming, what makes them so special as a unit, especially with the coach that stands behind them?
Well, I think as well. I think it's a star-studded lineup. You can, pick one player out at any time and say, 10 things about them. But it's when they play together, when you see them in unison, when you see them making the pushes together. But I think you're touching it there. It's that coach behind them as well. They have that kind of leadership. And again, I've always been so excited, and Ghost Gaming has been that team that I've enjoyed watching the most. Yeah. And it's just when they fall short in the later stages of the tournament. But Ghost Gaming for me has always been that kind of one that makes you, step back a little bit, or, makes your heart skip a beat. But I want them to be able to go the full distance. I think this should be a victory for them. But we'll have to wait and see. We don't want to underestimate them.
And to piggyback a little bit more on what Phil said, that coaching, right? Fable does a good job for this team as far as morale goes. But they got a lot of great pieces with the in-game leadership and Speedy, the emotional leadership with Sleepy on the team as well. Ghost Gaming, the last tournament, they smoked everybody. Yeah. The only team that they lost to was Optic Gaming. I'm not expecting anything less from this full roster at this event, but the real question is that can he just get over that mental block, that hump of the green wall?
Yeah, the matchups are good, but the reason why they're playing this game are even better. Fable, they will be representing the Wounded Warrior Project. This company, they provide mental and physical wellness support to U.S. veterans. This actually means a lot to me. My dad was in the Navy. I have a lot of family members that also were in the military. So, like I said, these teams are fighting for such great cause. Fable trying to pull the upset against Ghost Gaming. What are they going to have to do? Who's really going to have to stand out right here and right now?
They're going to have to throw something different at them. Like I said,
it's going to be tricky.
What's our usual throw something different at a team? What's the automatic answer? Place a boom shot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, Ghost is really good at boom shot.
Right?
So something different against Ghost would not be placing a boom shot, in my opinion. I think you have to spread the map out quite a bit. You have to put them on their toes and make them out-rotate you. I think Ghost Gaming is a team that really thrives in close quarter situations. They're one of the best teams at wolfpacking. And for our new viewers, what wolfpacking kind of means is when you're running together sort of close enough range where you can quickly revive each other. So something that Ghost is very good at, and that's something that's very important in these boom shot fights.
That's a great input.
And to piggyback on top of that, just a little bit more, like you said, spread the map out. You want a nice, big, heavy power weapon on one side, something equally as powerful on the other side to split up those 3-3 and 2-2 fights and really try to catch them off guard. Like Ryan said, spread out the map. And now you can see what our maps, picks and bans are.
First map will be Old Town. After that, Force Blitz and Foundation, if needed for the tiebreaker. Old Town is going to be quite interesting. Like you said, Ryan, you want to stay away from those big close-up fights with Ghost Gaming, but Old Town, they're going to have to spread it out more. What weapon placements would you like to see from Fable heading into this?
I would like to see maybe like a bow wide, or on either lane, whatever they choose, the left side of the map, the right side of the map. I would like to see maybe a precision weapon, just things to get picks and things to give you openings, right? Things to make things difficult for Ghost. I do know that Ghost does not like Old Town.
Really?
From the little inside info for you.
Okay.
Yeah, Ghost is not a fan of Old Town, not a fan of Diners. So this could be a good opportunity for a team like Fable to kind of steal one away.
So basically, Fable, they have to slow the gameplay down in order to cause an upset?
I think that they need to spread the map out. I think they need to do things differently than what if you throw them the same look that any other pro team throws them, they're going to outskill you and they're going to win.
All right, we're going to kick things off on map number 1 between Fable and Ghost Gaming. Momo and Godblaze, take it away.
Let's get this started. Ghost Gaming and Fable. And I think a point to make, Old Town, straight away. We talked about, throwing something different at them. This is not the same game that these guys have been playing, or the same match, let's say, on land for the past, year and so. But Fable, I think they have to take this map 1. Yes. Looking at this, those are the 2 maps. That's going to be tough against the likes of...
It really is going to be tough. Old Town, new to the cycle, and we're starting to see a lot more of these new maps in. Why? Because this is what teams been practicing over the last 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
That plus the team's favorite maps, and, we still see the lifts, the Forge Blitz, and the Foundations on top of the 3 new ones, which I'm actually, are being used more than I actually thought they were going to be when they were added, because it takes a while to perfect these maps, And I almost thought they were added a little bit too soon, but you're going to see Ghost Gaming, they said that this is a map they really don't like, but they come out off the rip, and they're going to get a 5-man wipe.
They're going to get 5-man white. They're pushing forward. There's 2 actually on C as well, but jumping over to Mortifies. Can he do anything about it? Trying to get that break, just trying to get inside. Speedy denies. We are going to see another one go down, and the bridge has been absolutely taken apart, and that is Ghost Gaming making a statement.
He touched it.
He's going to touch it for a second, but I tell you what, that is one hell of a down. Like that. That's like a tunnel of death right
Only
there.
one person died on Ghost Gaming during that round, I believe, and that just shows just how talented this team is. Old Town is a map where the rotations are important. You have to constantly be moving. It's either you're going to hold a 2-cap with the neutral hill or your home hill, and you're going to spread out across the map, or you're going to keep putting the pressure in and trying to pinch your opponents. If it gets too chaotic in the earlier rounds, just always, like it is, keep rotating like almost in a clockwise, counterclockwise, depending on which side of the map, and just keep getting those hills until your team can get some type of footing and you can find that moment to strike.
Well, a very dominant start for Ghost Game. For you guys, maybe a little new here. Obviously, a triple cap of A, B, and C will, of course, select and give you the round. If not, you're going to go to points. There's going to be 210, and we're going to put some weapons down amongst the map itself. We'll explain it all as it goes, but jumping into this one.
Phil, is this what is the last time we casted out of curiosity? I think it's been a while.
It has been a while. I've casted a bit with Fallout, bit of PR. However, back on the stage,
I always have the other ginger.
Mr. Gears of War. Yeah, I know. I'm like, everyone has the nickname Budget Ben, and I completely get it. I'm British. I've got red hair. I will rock with that. And if there's a budget version of someone, I'll be Budget Ben.
Well, the Gears community loves you, Momo, and it's the reason why we love our Budget Ben, so to speak. But in this one, you're going to see the mid-round started to slow down a little bit. It was fatal. They controlled the 2-cap, but what Ghost said, they said, hey, how can we break this? It's all about mid-map control. You can see to your left the straight sight line towards that alley. Behind on Statue, there's another sight line towards that B hill. So you control mid-map. You have a lot of angles. Also, at the same time, there's a height advantage on the top side of the map. So you control that part, you definitely have an advantage in this round. You just got to play your angles, because typically in shooters, if you do have a height advantage, it's a huge advantage.
Well, we do see Fable there take B for just a second, but it's going to be denied and decapped here by Ghost Gaming, who, again, they look in control. They're down by 10, don't get me wrong. Fable have done a great damage to them at the start, but right now, a 2-cap will be in Ghost Gaming favor. All 10 players are alive, bar Flamesy. Currently a 5v4 here. Rezik pushing forward.
This is an aggressive push, but it's going to work out for Rezik, and that's going to be a quick double. Ghost Gaming, they recognize the situation. Rezik's all in the spine. He's going to protect Rushies. That's going to be 4 down. Mortifies goes down as well. The Ghost Gaming trip cap domination. It's going to be another easy round for those boys.
So, a question for yourself, Blaze. Obviously, a new map in the rotation. You know, how do you pick a new map up? You know, you've been playing the same map for so long here. A new map gets put into the rotation. What do you got to do? What's the first thing you look for? Is it, you know, the rotations? What are we looking at?
So the first scrim on a new map, you kind of got to just... You got to go out there, you got to wing a little bit. Typically, our setups are, you can figure out how you want the setups, because you get your home hill, that's number one. That's on every single map. Your A, your C, your D, your E hills. And you start to fight for that neutral. At that point, you just try to cut the map in half, control your half of the map. And as you start to play, you're going to learn, like, hey, you know what? We can work this angle. We should try pushing down this route. It's all trial and error the first few times. But after a while, you figure out what works for your team. You figure out your team's identity and what power weapons you like on the map. And then, boom, you just go out there, you run with it, you pray for the best, and you hope you hit your shots when it's time.
Like you said, trial and error, maybe just time. You know, time in the game is so important. Ghost Gaming, obviously, we know how much time they put into this, as well as their coach right behind them.
And granted, too, as well, Momo, like, you know, a lot of these maps may enter the competitive cycle for the first time, but in casual gameplay, these players have played this map a lot.
Yeah, these guys know the map in and out, but, you know, maybe that competitive edge puts a little bit of a spin on it, and you learn even more about it. But right now, Rezik is going off. I think that's his 10th kill of the game, taking down Fnatic here. Speedy and Sleepy find 2. That's 3 down, opposing to Ghost Gaming's only 1. CB decapped at this moment, but Speedy dodging, weaving here, and taking names down. This is just seeming so easy for Ghost Gaming.
This
is a worry.
Yeah, this is a few quick rounds. Ghost Gaming has all the confidence in the world. This is a difficult situation, especially for that Fable team on the other end. They need to figure out how to take the pressures off their shoulders. You know, of course, you got family and friends watching.
Yeah.
This is a difficult matchup. You lost your first one. This is super serious because you know that if you lose this one, you're not making it out your pool. But you don't want to add more pressure on yourselves than what you already have coming into this match. They got to figure out how to deload some of it because their backs are against the wall.
It's funny, yesterday, as some of you guys may know at home, we went through a bit of a rehearsal, just making sure all the mics are working, and some of the stuff we talked about was the importance of getting your first win. You know, an event like this, when you're in a different environment, it's a studio, it's not like a huge open arena. You know, getting that first win under your belt, you seem unstoppable. You know, You've got that faith in your teammate, the communication, it smiles, you know, you're hanging out. You lose your first game and you're in this position. It's very, very tough, you know. I think we can safely say we've both been there. It's a difficult time, but you've got to have that strength to bounce back. Let's jump on board with Exhausted, see what he's got.
I can't say the positive for Fable is that, you know, at least their first match of the day is within the first three, right? Their first two. So, you know, they may have came off a big loss, but they had time to get their breath. And now they're in this one, they just need to stay warm. Also, this is Ghost's first game of the day as well. So that's the slight advantage in which they have, but it's not looking like it matters. Ghost Gaming moving in for their fourth domination in this map, and they're going up 4-0 as well. It's super quick.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you know, when you get into a cast, sometimes you start explaining the situation, you know, what's going down. And I don't feel like I've even got into this and commentated the game because we're in and out around so quickly. Ghost Gaming, they walk forward, they cap that second hill, they make a wave of kills, and number 3 is on the board. And we're trying to explain how they're doing this. But Ghost Gaming, this is almost seeming like casual.
On this next round, it's going to be a little bit quicker. Why? The respawn timers keep increasing. In Ghost Gaming, they've been winning their initials. We're going to try to pinpoint exactly where this next engagement is, and it's going to be that simple. It's going to be that boom shot in mid-map, how to get control. So when we look at the overhead map, I want us all at home to take notice of, look at the little dots on the left and right hand of your screen and see how these guys branch out. I see a Gears of War at its highest level. It's just a game of numbers, 2v2s, 3v3s, and you see the dots are going to start to branch out. How many people want to go fight for boom? They're going to start to stray off. It's looking like a 3v3 fight there, 1v1 fight in the middle, 1v1 fight for snipes. So we'll figure out who can get the advantage first. But if any of those 1v1s are won, that player is going to be annoying across the map towards his team fight a boom shot because it's a clear sight line across the middle of the map.
Well, Exhausted finds not one but two. Speedy and Rushies go down here, and we are going to see a bit of a swing as that boom is taken. And now this has got to be the chance for Fable to put something on the board here. 3 down for Ghost Gaming. We saw them put a block down. We saw them put incense, but the boom is now in play, and 4 of Ghost Gaming are on those timers.
Yeah, you need to see. So nobody, after they got the first 3-4 kills, you see how nobody went over towards the B hill, right? That person needs to call out that, hey, I lost my 1v1. Somebody needs to get over here with the boom, kill this guy off the hill, just so we can protect the trip cap domination. And it's okay, because with the first guy dying off respawn, or with the first guy dying, when he comes off respawn, he caps the home hill. But you need to send one of your other guys to this B hill a little bit quicker.
Okay, we're getting into things. Fable, they've survived that first wave. I say survived. They've actually doubled the score of Ghost Gaming here. They will have the advantage for now. But what's important is you touched on the respawn timers. Those were increased, and we saw 4 of Ghost Gaming go down very, very early on. Fable didn't capitalize on that. It wasn't a triple cap like Ghost Gaming did.
And they did that in the earlier rounds where the respawn timers were lower.
True.
This is a round in which Fable, if their teamwork was on the level of Ghost Gaming, they would have already hit a round by now. Just because you have to make the most of those opportunities, especially when you get those kills in quick succession. But now you see it's a 4v4 situation. We got Rezik on our screen, fighting for control mid-map. He's taking some damage from the right side alley where that boom shot was placed down. He's trying to protect his teammates to the left and distract these guys mid-map so his teammates can kind of have those clean fights. But you're able to see the angles at work on your screen.
Identives and Sleepy combined for the double. 3 on timers for Fable right now. It's a 4v2 as Identives does go down. The headshot comes in from Exhausted. And again, this is going to be a round that we talk about where Fable maybe should have capitalized on. But if Ghost Gaming managed to reverse this round, yes, they are down by around 40 points here, but they're not out of this. These guys can string a couple kills together and put round number 5 on the board.
They have full map control. They have mid-map control. In his back alley, they have this controlled as well. They have the height side of the map, that height advantage. This is that clear sight line across the middle I was talking about, right? Rushies has those angles, but he cannot get distracted and he cannot have that tunnel vision.
Yeah.
If so, he's going to get flanked, especially being on that side of the map by himself.
Time is ticking away here. However, it's a 2-cap for Ghost Gaming. Continue like this, it's going to be a very close game. And Rushies.
Looking to make the play. Woo-hoo.
Nice.
We're going to put that bullet right in the chest, the Flamesy. Uh-oh. Oh, yo, almost got that shot in, though, but he was being flashy down low, right? That's a 1v1 in a snipe fight. Those aren't high-reward fights. So that's just kind of like, that's BM, right? What we like to call bad manners in the esports world. So that's just him kind of goofing out, playing around, understanding that, hey, my team's probably going to come out and win it, but are they really? You don't have control over this B hill. Now Speedy's going to get in and try to get this decap. Your team's still down, but they're going to lose C in the same process. Just when Fable looked like they were going to possibly get around out of this, they're now going to lose it.
Time is ticking away. C got decapped, and we talked about the 210, the magic number here. But look at Ghost Gaming. They take over. They have A and B control. Fable, nothing to their name, and that is going to be a kick in the teeth. That's a round you've got to win. And Ghost Gaming, that is just going to fuel them even more. They're going to look at each other and think, you know, maybe we should have lost that in the early rounds. Maybe we threw it away a little bit, but we bounced back, and that is just boosting their confidence into new levels. For the side of Fable, though,
you lose 4 rounds, you get to that 5th round.
Yeah.
It's looking like you're going to get one on the board, but you can't quite pull it out, and you lose it in the last few seconds, just when you felt like you had control throughout it. And when they finally had that good initial, it just shows that first initial where Exhausted got that double kill on top of that boom shot, that gave Fable control for majority of that round, but they didn't translate into domination. They didn't stay aggressive. Ghost never gave them another opportunity like that to have a 50-50 team fight.
Yeah. Going into that round, I think it was Fnatic. You know, 4 rounds in, not a kill to his name. You look across the board for Ghost Gaming. Of course, Fnatic now picking that up. You know, double digits for 4 of the 5 members. It just seems so easy right now. And we talked about Fable. If you missed it earlier today, they did go down to the Ladam Kings as well. But Ghost Gaming, a different beast. We talked about them, you know, when we saw them in San Diego. They pretty much tore every single team apart. You know, they made it look easy, and that's what they do.
This is a 1v1 fight where that you can bait. If you find yourself, if you're not a very good wall bouncing type of player where you can close a distance like that, one is pull your lance to get some damage out, or you can take, when you know a player is too confident, take a little bit of damage, right?
Yeah.
Bait him into you, and then control that close range fight with a few, you know, back A movements, up A's, and just wall bouncing in the close quarters with your shotgun.
5 down for a second there. Can Fable hang on? Can they just, you know, survive this first wave from Ghost Gaming? It's looking so difficult. We're coming up to obviously the halfway mark. This game could be over even quicker than that. That is going to be round 6 on the board. And that could be the quickest round of them all. Ghost Gaming so confident.
Bro, you know who I am, bro? I was trying to sprinkle his head, bro, from over there, but he was on the...
Fuck out of here. These guys are dog shit, literally.
And you can hear the confidence.
On the Ghost Gaming side, there is, you know, they don't feel like they're going to lose whatsoever. You know, for all our Spanish fans at home, you know, if you guys are in the chat, you know, hey, you know, we got a subtitle stream in all Spanish. You know, the LATAM community in Gears of War is very, very huge. So, you know, we most definitely have to take care of that region. And so now, if you have even family members that you want to show the stream to that don't speak English, you can show them that link, and we'll have everything translated for them on that end.
And it's going well if you're from the region. The Lam Kings, you've got Identities rocking it on Ghost Gaming. Either way, it's a good start here. But Sleepy on your screen, he's going to put 2 on the floor as well. Identities is going to find himself one of those pair. And now pushing on for that 7th round. As we do see A, B, and C changed over to D, E, and F, but we might not see it for much longer.
Yeah, we might not see it. It was 6-0, Phil. And as I explained that we had a LATAM stream with the subtitles, the round is over just that quickly on a 12-second respawn round. It's Ghost Gaming just showing why they are dominant. We talked a little bit beforehand about them not dropping a map to anyone but the green wall in Optic Gaming. And it just shows why. They're prepared for everybody but that little green hump.
Yeah, it seemed like they never took a step back since the last event. You know, they came here stronger than ever, taking out Fable 7-0 on Old Town. Heading into the next game, Fable, they're going to have to change a lot. We pretty much saw Ghost Gaming do whatever they wanted to do against this roster. Fable on the other end, they're going to have to really, you know, take a step back and take a look at their gameplay, you know, their strategy, their rotations, and really come together as a collective unit, because individually, you can't really depend on that against Ghost Gaming.
Houston, we got a problem.
Oh, boy.
Told you Ghost isn't like Old Town, right?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They like the next map. So if I'm Fable, I'm a little worried right now. To be honest, Ghost's such a high caliber team, right? They're a world class team, and so coming into this match, you could have told me it would be any map. It could be their auto ban, and Ghost is going to probably win this match convincingly, no matter what. That's just the reality of it. But coming into Forge Blitz, like I said,
it's gonna be rough.
We talked about one weapon drop we probably shouldn't see them do, and it was Boom Shot. It sort of spread the map a little bit. It caused them to have to do a 3-1-1, but then again, you're still leaving the Boom on the map for the rotations. You're leaving the Boom to still have a focal point of the map for them to play towards. So again, I need to see something different if Fable's going to take this.
I think we touched on it a little bit as well. Was what do we see, and what can they do differently? They tried a block, they tried incense, then they tried the Boom, and none of it's working. At that point, when you're 4-0 down, or you finally get a round where you should win and you lose that, you've been buried. It's the final nail in the coffin. And I think the hardest thing right now for these guys is to put that map 1 behind them. They're going into, like you said, a map which is probably going to be even tougher. But, get something from this. I'm not sure how they managed to swing this to a third map, but it'll be interesting to see.
Ghost Gaming looking to close things out with the 2-0, but who are they here for? These guys are representing Gamers Outreach. Gamers Outreach supports kids and teens throughout the healing process as they undergo treatment in hospitals. They equip nurses and child life specialists with the means to make activities and technology accessible. Through their go-kart program, Gamers Outreach brings portable, medical-grade video game kiosks that enable hospital staff to easily provide bedside recreation to children who are unable to leave their room in hospital. So these guys are here fighting for a great cause, but moving along, Momo, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, I think this is going to be tough. I will say Gamers Outreach, have worked with them myself. I think they're awesome.
And started by gamers, correct?
Yeah, started by gamers, for gamers. The whole thing is about gaming. It's just the perfect mix for gaming and charity. So, of course, shout out to all the charities. It's going to be awesome this weekend. But yeah, representing them, it's kind of, very fitting, I think.
Yeah, Wonder Warrior Project and Gamers Outreach, both of these teams fighting for a great cause along with the other 10 teams here in Columbus, Ohio. But moving into Forge Blitz is going to be tricky, okay? So you say Houston, you have a problem. All right, so the control tower, who does it belong to? Speedy and Rushes.
Ghost Gaming.
Exactly. Yeah. So with that being said, you're not going to beat this team in control tower. Let's give it up just a little bit. Now we're going to have to focus throughout the rest of the map, the entirety of the map. This is where DeFazio really has to stick by what he said in that video. He said, he's a leader. He has people that listens to him. You're really going to have to throw something really special to, really ruin the plans of Ghost Gaming. But on Fable's end, other than the control tower, what else do they need to pick up on?
So if you want the Boom to be like your ace in the hole, your way to switch it up, okay, I'll even let that slide.
Right.
But throw it somewhere different. Don't throw it in mid, because they've seen that fight a million times. They've seen it against Echo Fox. They've seen it against all kinds of top teams, right? Because that's the pretty common spot for the Boom. Throw it in Incinerator. Throw it up top. Throw it somewhere different. And then you know what? If you lose that, throw a drop shot on the other side, right? Make things different, right? Put them on their toes. Show them something they haven't seen before. Because if you show it, even some of the best teams in the world, if you show them something that they haven't seen before, it makes your life a little bit easier.
Yeah, exactly. They'll start to kind of crumble in those situations. It's something that we saw the European community splitting that drop shot and that boom. Things aren't going your way, and you just need to create chaos. Just put 2 big explosive weapons on opposite ends of the map, and just, at that point, it's just a toss-up. Like, which way you want to play for,
Exactly.
Win a fight.
But that confusion is good, especially when your back's against the wall.
All right, but before we head into map 2, like Ryan said, let's show them something we've never seen before. For those of you that are new to Gears of War, I say we learn a little bit something new about Ghost Gaming.
I'm Fatal Strike for Ghost Gaming, Gears of War, and the charity we chose was Gamers Outreach, and we're giving away portable gaming carts for kids in hospitals. To win this tournament to Ghost Gaming means absolutely everything. It's the last tournament of 2018. We feel that we're the main team that can compete with Optic, and we want to prove that. And to be able to prove that and then also give away more money to kids in hospitals, I think would just be a beautiful thing, and it would mean a lot to me, our org, and all of our players. We don't want to win, we need to win. And the reasons are for reasons way greater than ourselves.
And there you have it, the bad boys of Gears of War, Ghost Gaming, with Fatal Strike, the coach standing behind him with the man with the wristband. Heading into the last major event, they were the hottest team out there. Coming into this event, you think that they can keep up that flame?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously going to always be a contender. I think that they're honestly never going to beat Optic. They seem to have some kind of wall there. No pun intended on the green wall, but and no pun intended on mental block. But you know, Ghost obviously the ability, and they've proven to be able to beat all sorts of contenders other than Optic. So I mean, it would be foolish to think that they're not going to at least be in the top 3.
Blaze, you think Fable's going to do something special here, Map 2?
No.
Momo's shaking his head.
But I hope they do. I hope they do show us something. But so far, hey, everybody's leaving away with money for their charity, you know, so that's the most important thing. But I hope we see something special out of these guys on this map.
All right, here we are on map number 2. Fable and Ghost Gaming. Momo and God Blaze, take it away.
I'll be honest, Blaze, I was shaking my head. I don't think we're going to see anything special, but I think we're in the same boat. We want to see something from Fable. We want to see, you know, them put up a fight. We want to see Ghost Gaming tested, because right now they are not being tested. This seems like a walk in the park, but let's jump on board straight away and see exactly what these guys are rocking.
One thing I want to point out, top of your screen, control tower, right? That's what Veli and Ryan was talking about. It's a 2v2 fight with a height advantage, also control over the button that controls the incinerator at the bottom of the map, which I'll let you guys know when we get to that point. But that 2v2 fight is Speedy and Rushies versus Fnatic and DeFazio, and Fnatic gets first blood, and he's challenging Rushies, but he's super confident he's going to win it. So both these players, they're going to branch out and just help their teammates as soon as possible in the fights down low for the home hills. One of these guys needs to cap the hill, and the other needs to help their teammates on top of these home hills. But as Ghost Gaming lost the fight up top in that control tower, they won the fights down low for both home hills and Incinerator. So they stay alive in this round and they keep the points.
Yeah, might have been all Fable on your screens, but right now Ghost Gaming is staying within it, of course, with those home hills. And interesting, I will say, Fnatic started off, you know, in the perfect way. You know, you want to be winning those gunfights. That's going to set him up now for the rest of the game. Confidence out of DeFazio. Can he find the triple? Yes, he can. Sleepy put to bed, and now this is where they push forward. This is where they get it. Maybe not. Resi takes him down.
I was going to give a little criticism to DeFazio. You got a bunch of guys to smoke. You got 2 guys to your left. L triggers in distance. You know, stop trying to walk in and get those one-shot chumps, because you can lose your life and those guys can clutch up on you very, very quickly. He got the kills, but that's the type of things that I want you guys at home to realize too. That's not a high percentage fight. That's not a high reward fight for your team. Yeah, you won it, but you could have did it more safer.
Yeah, a little bit of a risk.
Yeah.
A little bit of a risk. It pays off for him now, but you take risks against Ghost Gaming and he'll make you pay some of the times. We'll have to see how that one pans out. Smoke going down here, blocking the vision, but again, up close and personal. Identives, he's going to find Flamesy, and Flamesy coming out on top here. Back and forth action. We look at the score to the top left. 106 playing 110 here. A very, very close game, but Ghost Gaming, they're taking the lead.
Yes, they are. You're going to see this B hill become capped up back. Ghost Gaming, they won every single round in map number 1. So Fable, if they can get round 1 and start the momentum a little bit earlier in this map and get some confidence, then it's be looking good for them. That's at least step number 1 in the comeback process against this powerhouse team of Ghost Gaming. But you're going to see DeFazio try to work these angles. Identities and Speedies are going to find kills. Currently, 4v3 situation, now a 4v2 situation in favor of Ghost Gaming. I love the flank by DeFazio, but can he get there in time?
Not going to happen. And just like that, great first round. Wins the fight up top. Control room, it wasn't Ghost Gaming's, but
yeah,
Ghost Gaming, they find another way, and that's what they do so well. And it might be all smiles right now, but I agree. Take the positives maybe from that round, come back stronger. We're going to see a snipe up top, and they won that fight last time. Let's see if they can do it again, Blaze.
Yeah, so I like the sniper placement up top. It's a lot of long-range players and a lot of marksmen on the side of Ghost Gaming, you know? So you got Fnatic up top. He's going to be picking up that sniper. DeFazio's going to be up there as well. On the flip side, Ghost Gaming, Rushies and Speedy wants to get that snipe. But let's actually go in with an Astro Gaming listen in with Ghost Gaming and hear the communication with Speedy and Rushies.
One shot. That's it. He's spawning up. Be careful. I'm getting the. Get a break in lead. Bro, I'm good. I got you left. I got you left. I left That's what I like to see, man. Let's go. Pick it up, bro.
Let's go.
5 more. Send them home, bro.
These kids are like.
They thought they were ready for this? They thought they were ready?
Keep it up, bro. I keep smelling food. That shit's making me hungry.
5 more. Close it
It's
out.
the one up the outside.
Tell you, bro, last time I was here in Columbus, bro, that food truck was fucking rocking.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Yo, listen, I'm gonna play like you told me that one time online. I'm gonna play up with Kev right here. The only call out we're gonna react to if they're going for a quick pick, but make sure you see if.
Danny, I'm gonna try to make sure you don't get cut off too. But Danny, if you get cut, bro, that like chances out you get cut off. Period. You can cut first.
Let me know.
Yo, we got 4, Danny. We got 4. I know, yeah, I know. We got 4. Cross, rush. You might go right on this side. Watch out. I had the one on accident. My bad. Danny, ask me.
And there you have it. Food may be the incentive, but right now, Ghost
They
Gaming.
are hungry. Ghost Gaming 2018.
They are, they're eating them alive right now, but Ghost Gaming, what a showing. And I love, let's just take a little bit from that listening. The positivity from Fatal Strike, the coach. Just the communication between the two of them. But I will say, they seem calm. They don't seem like panicked. Sometimes I see Ghost Gaming, they seem a little bit panicked. Right now, they seem very, very simple. They seem clean and efficient.
And this is actually going to be the first round that we've seen Fable get all series. Let's see how that's going to translate to the rest of the motivation on the team. Let's see if that can get them that pick-me-up in which they need. But I agree with you on that Ghost Game. Listening, cool, calm, collected. Hey, they talking about, hey, you know, I'm kind of hungry, right? This is a matchup that should be easy for them that they're not worried about too much, you know? And based off what Fable showed them in map number 1, they're completely comfortable, right? We were completely comfortable in our predictions. Some of you guys at home are completely comfortable in your predictions, but for the ones that love a Cinderella story, Fable, they gotta pick it up. And you see the Fazio, he's 8-4 at the top of your kill feed on that side. Let's see what they want to do. But the boom shot was placed down middle map the round before. Now Ghost Gaming gonna say, hey, you know what? Let's put the Marxes down, all right? Let's use those in these pressure situations. Marks a lot of long range potential. Can't wait to see what they're gonna do with it.
Okay, well, Ghost Gaming here. Maybe tested a little bit, but right now, DeFazio using that Markser against him. Sleepy's going to take the head clean off of 1 and getting up close and personal. He did that last time and he wasn't punished. This time he will be. That's going to be 3 down here for Fable, and we're going to see Ghost Gaming now try and push them back. Try and put the pressure on. Rushies, he's going to retreat.
Exhausted. You know, we heard his interview with Fallout in the beginning, and I clearly remember him at the hype events. He was about 12, 13 years old, just out playing Gears of War 3. And to see him grow up and actually, you know, make it to the events and, you know, become a semi-pro professional player wherever they place. But to see him chasing that dream and starting Gears of War, that's something that's actually kind of special to my heart, because I love watching players in our community grow and blossom.
I think that's it, and especially when, you know, they're so young and they have this dream, you know, and to see, you know, a dream come true for these guys playing on the main stage at the highest level that they possibly can. You know, it doesn't get much higher. You know, winning that championship, absolutely. Taking that trophy, getting an MVP, yes, there's things to aim for, but right now these guys are living the dream. Ghost Gaming.
That was a quick Ghost Gaming. Round. They came out, won those initials. They got that boom shot. The boom shot. Look at all these explosive weapons down. You got the long range weapon up top of the control tower. Boom shot nades is going to be down low. Boom shot mid map. This boom shot's going to be a 3v3 fight mid map, and you got 1v1s for nades and snipe off the other end. Now you can choose to go for what they like to call is a quick pick, which we heard Sleepy talking about and listening in, and it's placing your smokes in proper positions to stun your opponents, so you can pick up the boom shot very quickly or whatever power weapon it is without taking damage and making it away safely with your team. You're going to see in this engagement Sleepy, though, and it's looking like another Ghost Gaming round. And picking up a few of these kills. We'll see what Mortifiers can do with these nades.
I'll tell you what, Sleepy, accuracy is the key there. Straight clean onto the head. We'll take him down him on identity. His movement is there, but Mortifies does answer back here. I want to talk a little bit about movement just for a very quick second here. Maybe Ghost Gaming are going to put the triple cap on the board. Potential here, but no B being broken. How important is movement in Gears of War?
Movement is 85% of the game, probably, because it's how fast you move around a map, how evasive and creative you can be in your individual 1v1 fights, how you clutch up. You know, it looks simple if these guys is kind of what we like to call wall bouncing, right? And sliding and bouncing to the walls, but it's a very difficult thing to do when you're actually playing it. And that's, I will honestly say, it's 80% of the skill in Gears of War.
I mean, everyone has the same control. Everyone has the same ability. you know, to do this movement, but some people just kind of stand out. The flashy plays, the wall bounces, like you said, it is very, very intricate in the way that these guys are performing right now. But talk about this. We've got Boom, we've got Snipes, we've got a 22-second respawn here. Yes, we've got a round on the board. It's better than map 1. Look at the kill distribution.
Yeah,
it's a little closer than map 1.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's even across the board, and that's mainly because you have to have great teamwork, especially to get the early trip cap dominations on this map. It's also spread out a lot more than what map number 1 is. But you're gonna see this engagement mid-map is still another 3v3 fight for the boom shot. The 1v1 won by Exhausted up top, and he's gonna put Snipe in his hand. Curious to see if he can clutch up. Definitely down to go watch him. Speedy picks up a triple kill down low. Exhausted, he's gonna allow that boom to get picked up, but he's gonna see this player in front. He's gonna add the body shot. He's gonna get flanked trying to snipe, but can he recover? He's gonna wall bounce a few times, and that's where that movement, that evasive movement, tried to get the shot in on Sleepy, but he's gonna miss it.
Sleepy picking up a kill there. We're gonna see 2 players on timers. However, DeFazio is just coming off that. It might be a 20-second lead, but Ghost Gaming, they'll have that eye on that 3 cap. They're wanting to put Fable in the ground here. Ghost Gaming looking so confident, like they did in San Diego. Can they go all the way is the question. Right now is step number 1 here. Day 1 of the Charity Invitational here for the Gears Pro Circuit. Ghost Gaming, they're looking so strong.
All right, as you see, all the weapon placements on the map are going to be placed by Fable. This map is set up exactly the way that they want it. This is a must-win round for them as well. To go down 4-2.5 is way better than 5-1, especially against this powerhouse Ghost Gaming team. But you're going to see Rezik make good use of that boom shot. Fnatic playing that little, we like to call it a secret man. What does that mean? It's just being a sneaky player, hiding behind cover, and just popping out at the last minute and taking advantage of your opponent.
Big fan of the role. Sneaky Beaver going in from behind, taking him by surprise here. See, he's going to be under pressure for a second, but Rushies absolutely denies anything. Identives gets a kill. Sleepy now picks up the snipe. This is going to be an interesting end here. Ghost Gaming looking to put this one all out. DeFazio, big 1v1 on B.
He's going to put some good shots in on Speedy, trying to control the fight, but Speedy, he's going to bounce to the left, dodge a shot, and turn and connect with that headshot. Domination coming through. Ghost Gaming looking to take the lead 5-1, and yes, they will.
Making it look easy here. Ghost Gaming.
Keep it up, bro.
Shout out to Cleaner. Of course, observing this backstage here. And shout out to our LatAm stream. You can, of course, watch it with the Spanish subtitles as well.
Most definitely, especially if you guys got your, got parents at home that, that don't speak English too well, but want to understand the stream and want to figure out why you're so passionate about Gears of War. Any friends and family, make sure you send them that stream link and, so they can get involved. And shout out to our translators out there as well that have to translate everything that we say, which is a hard job for them. So I hope as they translate it, they put a smiley face in there somewhere to give themselves some love.
Let's get back into this one. It could be short-lived here for Fable after 6th round, picking up only just 1 here. But let's just highlight what we're seeing straight away. 3 players on those timers. Rezik, the only one for Ghost Gaming, is now Rushies pushing forward. DeFazio, he's having a one-on-one. Flimsy will be there to back him up shortly.
Oh, no. Rushy, he tried to go in for that 1 shot. Sometimes you got to take a shot to deliver a shot. Nick Merckx, all right, one of his favorite quotes that I've always loved, and it's so true, especially in Gears. As soon as that guy shoots, you have a window, a cooldown on his next shot where you can deliver that final blow.
You take 50%, you give 100, you do the math. Speedy. The movement is on point right now. Mortifies the 5th and final player. Does go down as Flamesy comes off spawn here. This is looking strong once again for Ghost Gaming. It's looking really difficult for the likes of Fable. And a walk in the park here as Fnatic now strolls on in. It is going to be elongated a little bit, this game, but Ghost Gaming fully in control here, Guy.
Ghost Gaming, they're making it look easy. They have a 2-hill advantage. They're going to back off the home hill of Fable. They say, hey, it's halftime. It's new hills. It's a lower respawn timer. These guys are going to be spawning up quicker than they did the previous round. Don't try to play for the trip cap just yet. If it gets too chaotic, back up, regroup, and we'll make another push as a unit.
And right now, as they do back off and regroup, they've got a very strong lead. E, though, is changing hands. That's looking to go in hands of Fable over by the F-Hill. That's been decapped, and Ghost Gaming have that rotation. Smart plays here for Ghost Gaming, but right now in the kill feed, exhausted. Finds one. He's trying to find the second into Rezik. Rezik denies.
Oh, Rezik feeling super confident in this engagement, but mortifies, connects with that up A. Gets the chunk, but cleaned up by Sleepy. Now Ghost Gaming. They're trying to fight to control. This is the incinerator here that I mentioned in the beginning of the game. So the button is controlled up top. You can kind of see Speedy in the distance. He's controlling the button. But what happens, you press it, and flames come down, and he's going to burn up half the team of Fable. Flame on.
Burn, baby, burn. Here we go. Ghost Gaming.
Uh-oh. They pulling out the chainsaws.
A bit of showboating going on for sure here. Identives teaming up here with his pal pushing forward.
Oh, now they're fighting each other. Oh, that's a 5-man wipe. And you're going to see Ghost Gaming push in and get the decap. It's all fun and games for Ghost Gaming on that side. They know that they have this team outclassed, outmatched, outstratted, outskilled, and it shows on their side of the stage. But on the flip side, you're seeing the frustration on the Fable side. Now, you know, but that's when you got to go home. You got to watch the VOD. You got to make the adjustments. Now, you guys hear us talk a lot about the psychological warfare, the mental advantage that you can have on your opponents. Ghost Gaming definitely does have one. But on the flip side of Fable, you need to say, hey, we need to go in 100%. Don't worry about what they do. Yeah, they may have won an event this year, but let's just go out there, play our game, and have fun. I think that's the most important part that sometimes teams forget because, you know, it is a lot of money on the line. It's serious. You know, some of these people do it as a full-time job, but you gotta have fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, if you're not having fun, you're gonna only make it worse for yourself. It's very, very hard sometimes to have that fun when you get an absolute beat down here. After 14 rounds, Fable have picked up just one. And we could end in 15. The series could be over here. Speedy spots one up top here.
And that's a good call-out from Ghost Gaming. They say, hey, I lost my 1v1 up top. Check the flank.
Yeah.
And he's going to find exhausted. And now Speedy is slowly walking up to him with his boom in hand. He may even leave him. This player is trapped in this position. Speedy is just going to walk. He's like a puppet master, right? Because the boom shot is a one-shot kill, so exhausted, trying to dodge, trying to close the gap, trying to force Speedy to go for that suicide. You see Speedy kind of took some damage from the splash damage of that boom, but he managed to get the kill, press the button, decap E, prevented Fable from capping it up. Now that hill is neutralized, and he still has one boom to use for this next team fight.
And that's the joy of Gears of War. We've just seen like a bit of a roller coaster of emotions there just for one player, you know, and that being Speedy. The way that he got that power weapon, dictated the play up top. Then from top, he dictated the play down low as well. And now what's he doing? He's regrouping. He's getting back with his team. They're outnumbering, they're outplaying, outskilling, outmaneuvering. This is a team which is simply better than the other.
Also, I want to say he's getting the most out of his boom shot, which is a crucial point. You can get the boom shots and shoot them both right away, but he shot one and he's using the second one as a scare tactic, right? Like, hold up, I got the boom and you know I got a few shots left in it. So he's, like I said, puppet master, forcing the rotations and controlling the rotations of the Fable unit until he shoots that last boom. But now that he shot it, Fable got the call out. Both booms are used. Don't be scared of it if you see it in his hand.
And as the time ticks away, it's going to be a 25-point lead here for Ghost Gaming. You guys at home, this could be the last round of the series. Of course, if you missed map one, you could have done it. It was quick. It was 7-0. Ghost Gaming looking for a 7-1 right now as Rushman pushing onto that home hill, trying to decap it. Will do that. Can he find any more? No, he cannot. He's going to be taken down here by DeFazio. Still in it. Fable.
They're fighting to stay alive, Phil. You're going to see Ghost Game. They're going to pick up a few more kills, looking to win another engagement, and they make it look easy. That's 4 down, 3 down on the side of Fable. They just have their home hill under their control. Ghost Gaming is going to finally cap up the neutral hill at E, and they're going to slowly pinch in on the home hill of Fable. They're just making sure that they're not fighting fights alone. They're rotating as a unit, and they're shooting as a team. And as you can see, you got 2 players just holding off this side of the map by themselves, causing all the commotion, protecting this hill.
Still going strong here. Ghost Gaming, they're playing the long game. Out of the 15 rounds that they've played, they must have 3 capped and triple capped. Pretty much most of them. I don't think many have gone to that 210 mark here, but this
very
few.
We say that. But in the last few seconds, we've seen Ghost Gaming get that trip cap domination. Oh, flame on. Speedy has been hot this entire matchup. He has about 5 instant kills this entire map, and that's a lot, actually. I don't think I've seen that much in the 2 seasons that we've casted Gears.
Absolutely ridiculous. 2 doubles as well as a single, and that 207 number is in. That's going to be 210 for Ghost Gaming, and I believe that is their 3rd victory, their 3rd round victory by numbers. Whew. 12. Oh my goodness.
It's so crazy, yo. This roster, man, is just so talented.
They're special.
They really are.
That Rezik pickup, there is no better player out there for this Ghost Gaming roster.
Yeah, I think he brings a lot. I think he brought a lot that, obviously played with God Plays prior to him.
Yeah.
God Plays doesn't use his Lancer as much, a lot more aggressive. Rezik's kind of a good mix because he's very good with using his Lancer, understands teamwork, came from that old United team, lived on teamwork, but also was one of their most skilled players, was one of their slayers, so he fits right in with this Ghost Gaming roster.
Yeah, way more versatile. So congratulations to Ghost Gaming, who's representing Gamers Outreach here at this charity invitational event. Ghost Gaming moves on, but unfortunately, Fable, they fall 0-2, and what does that mean?
Oh, it's a tough time for Fable, for sure. These guys will not be moving on. But I think for Fable, again, as an organization, from kind of going from one team to another, very difficult from that standpoint. And, for these guys and players, we saw the piece on DeFazio before, how much it means to him, the passion, everything that goes into this, blood, sweat, tears. That's got to be so tough on a personal level. Not to mention you probably feel like you've let your teammates down, you've let your new organization down. I just hope that these guys can bounce back and not kind of take it too much too quickly.
You have to take a step back and just don't fret yet, because Ghost Gaming, they're one of the best teams in the game. They're top 2 tiers, so to say, behind only Optic Gaming. So Fable, as an organization, also as a team, they did extremely well. They're one of the 12 best teams out there in Gears of War. I feel like they have a great future. Just, go ahead, move on, learn from here. But moving forward, Ghost Gaming so far undefeated.
Yes.
You guys see them going really far this event.
It'd be foolish not to. Like I said, they're pretty much a lock for obviously top 4. It's kind of a given. I think they're pretty much a lock for top 3 at this point. They seem to be getting better and better kind of as they continue to develop with Rezik, and so I definitely expect to see them, going pretty deep tomorrow.
I just, our semifinals, I just want an Optic Gaming versus Space Station and a Ghost versus Fury. I think those 2 matchups.
My dreams come true.
I think you're gonna get that.
Yeah. Those 2 matchups is gonna be insane. It comes down to, on the flip side of bracket, and Pool D, if Space Station can come out number 1. I think that's the most important part. I think Fury, Ghost, Optic, I think they'd be okay to come out in number 1.
Yeah.
But it's just that pool of death.
Oh, it's going to be crazy. But we're going to send us off to an interview with Fallout and Rushies from Ghost Gaming.
Thank you so much, Belly, and I am joined live with the man himself. That's Rushman. It is an honor to be here with you, my dude. Much love, and thank you for joining me. You guys just got done with a 14-2. It looks like Ghost Gaming at San Diego all over again. Only 2 rounds. What was that match like, and what was the situation like for you guys?
The match felt pretty easy. We brought the fire from last event, knowing that we couldn't play with identives with all that traveling issues, but we brought the fire into this game, knowing that we were going to drop no rounds, so we brought the fire.
I love that, man. I love that you bring up the last event. I know you're a competitor. I know you could easily chalk that back and say, we played a Fatal Strike. It wasn't our full roster. Don't even worry about it. But you're a competitor, so was it tough not getting that dub, not getting top 2 and being in the championship like you're used to in Toronto last week?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Knowing that we lost with Joe still, we still should have won that match, but we brought the fire to this event, and that's what matters.
That's exactly what matters. And speaking of this event, what is the end goal? You're like, set me up perfectly here. What is the end goal for you guys this event? This obviously isn't a team you're looking forward to playing. What is the end goal for you guys? Is it just a championship? Is there one team in particular?
The end goal is to be Optic.
Simply?
Simply.
You guys have won one championship, but you won that championship without beating Optic, so that makes a lot of sense. That's going to be it for myself and Rushies. A special interview with the man, Rushies himself. Congratulations on that dub, my dude. I know we got a lot more coming from Ghost Gaming. Back to you guys.
Ghost Gaming, they definitely won it more than anybody else out there. Rushies, part of the duo, Speedy and Rushies, one of the best players in the game, and I don't think there's another Slayer out there that really matches up with them besides the players on Optic.
I would say on the flip end, Optic also won a skunk Ghost throughout the rest of the season.
You're right.
They're not going to give up that record. They want to take that into Gears 5.
Yeah, they have fun with those matches. You can tell. At this point, I think they're like 14-0 against Ghost Gaming. So I know they come into every single match against them kind of with an extra smile on their face. And, if Optic Gaming's having fun, that's a scary thing.
That's the problem.
The crazy thing is, as well, when you see Ghost, or from my personal opinion, who may know a little less than you guys, but I see Ghost, I'm like, maybe this is a time. They look great. But then you see them play against each other. And I know we shouldn't be talking maybe too far in the future. Of course, they've got to get there. but this is just a Ghost Gaming highlight reel.
Don't we
This
do
is
that
what they can do.
every event, though?
Yeah, that's
every
what it means.
team
Like,
is
Same old
good
story,
enough.
right?
Yeah.
Same old
And
story.
Ghost Gaming, it's just I watch them play and I think yes, they have the skill, they have the caliber, the movement, the speed, whatever you want to say. It seems like they have it. Then Optic, they pick them apart, and I just want that matchup tomorrow.
Ben and I, we basically came to an agreement to where we're not going to talk about a team beating Optic until it actually happens now.
Okay.
But Ghost Gaming, they came out hot last event. They're coming in hot this event. I don't want to, jinx anything, so knock on wood. Ghost Gaming, they keep it up, and we actually see a matchup to where Fury, Space Station Game, or even Ghost Gaming can dethrone the kings of Gears of War.
Yeah, Ghost Gaming, man. If they could do it, it'd be crazy. But I'm also like, they gotta get past.
They gotta get through
right?
my boys first. Hold
Yeah.
First
We
and
know,
foremost,
exactly.
we gotta get through my boys
we gotta,
first.
Yeah, we gotta put respect on Fury's name because that's the team that I'm excited to see play this weekend. And yeah, I want to see Ghost play Optic, but you gotta get past Fury. Like
They got past Fury last time.
Fury made a strategic roster change, and it's one of my favorite ones this season, dropping powers for shot. Some people don't understand it, but Fury knows what it takes to beat that Optic roster, and I'm so excited to just, I'm hoping to see that.
And I do believe that Fury has won 2 of the last 3 matchups against Ghost Gaming in the 2K. Obviously, it's online, much different. I actually think Ghost is better on land than they are online.
Correct.
But I do with Fury as well, though.
Yeah.
Just know, though, it's been a close matchup coming up, and I by no means should we discount Fury just because we watched Ghost 14-1 Fable. That does not mean that we need to get ahead of ourselves
do it.
and forget
Exactly.
who's in that semis match. Ideally,
We have bias on the desk.
maybe.
Just a little bit.
Facts on the desk. Facts.
Hey, I backed it up with a little 2-1 in the last 3.
I like that, though. But Ghost Gaming, they will move along, but talking about the other games that were played, Space Station